Okay, now we're going to hear from Walter Langan, and his, he's going to give at least a portion of his memoirs. It's printable or?
Audible.
Audible.
I was born in 1924. I had 3 older sisters. Alice was so much older that she was almost not like a sister, because to me a sister was a girl a little bit that lived in the house, and Alice was always out dating. And my first memories of Alice was when she used to go out on a date on Friday night, and Jean and I used to get up early Saturday, and this was in 122nd Street, and she was trying to sleep in the living room on a cot. That was her bed, with the covers over her head, with my mother cooking and washing, and people climbing, and Jean and I would always pull the covers, try to get her up. Then Margie was always very gentle, but then there was Dorothy was the boss. She was a bossy sister. She drove me nuts. But then when Claire came along, you know, boys don't like little sisters, but we really loved Claire. Jean and I used to play with her. We thought she was the cutest girl in the world. She had little freckles, and we used to tickle her, and we thought she was so wonderful. Then the next memory I have is of Joan and Eileen. They were the 2 most beautiful girls in the world, and we used to be so proud of them. When my buddy John Shields and I used to go over to Aunt Helen's to visit Grandpa on 162nd, and I think he lived there later on. Joan and Eileen lived there, and we thought they were the cutest things going. Then there was Dorothy again. To skip ahead, I remember once when I was graduating from St. Angela's, and they instituted this thing. They just instituted that year, and they never had it again, where they were going to haze the guys who were getting out. Well, all Dorothy's good friends decided to haze her little brother. And they carried me bodily up. They came into the living room and got me and tore me out of the house and dragged me into the front of St. Andrew's. It was like a Roman orgy. There must have been 10,000 people. They put things in my hair. They beat me, and no help at all from her. She thought it was good, clean fun. No, but one word from Dorothy in that crowd was the law. She said, "That's enough." Boom, everything stopped. Then they took me back up, and I remember Peggy Greeley, I fell in love with her that night. She washed my hair with egg shampoo. Remember Peggy? Because my hair was just, and I don't think they hazed one other guy. I think I was the only one. Yes, there was a spy there who went up and got me, yeah. Right out of the living room. Memories.
I hear you cut quite a swath in that St. Angela's uniform.
Well, it was the St. Angela Cubs, our baseball team. My brother Gene played left field, and I played shortstop. And, well, this is jumping ahead. When I first met Gene, she used to keep scorebook. Really interested in baseball. Now, and the minute we got married, she never went to another game. Well, when I say Dorothy was the boss, I mean there's minuses and pluses too. She was also our leader and our haven. Because Margie was kind of, Margie would get scared, but Dorothy was a rock.
Who made all the spiritual bouquets and put from the kids?
Yeah, she did everything. We weren't that. Hey, who's?
Remember that?
Then there was another. The other big influence was Jimmy Nolan. Jimmy Nolan came to St. Angela's and just took that place over. And we used to wear uniforms. We'd pass them on, like I'd wear one, then you'd grow out of it. You'd get some other guy who was bigger than you. And you just keep passing them down. When Jimmy Nolan came and he says, "How come these boys aren't drilling?" Drilling? We could barely walk. And he took that church over and he said basketball teams, Ricky was on the wings. There was the Aces, the Hawks, the Owl, and we were the Owls. There was Gene and I and John Shields and a kid named Lapidus and Johnny and Andy Marola and then later Glenn Forstner. And we were undefeated. And somehow, then we had a big playoff. It was a real disappointment in my life because we had never got beaten. We were really good. Well, we weren't good. The other teams just were lousy. And they invited all the parents, and my father finally came to watch us play. And we were playing another team that we had creamed every night in the regular season. And we built up a lead. In about 2 minutes, it was about 12-0, and he took us all out, including me, and I never went back in the game because our coach, Joe Yerg, said, "Don't run it up. All the parents are here, but trying to keep kids from scoring." And my father saw me play 2 minutes and sitting on the bench the whole game. He probably said, "What's all this I hear about the big star sitting on the bench?" It really broke my heart because he never put me back in again because we won. Another thing about my father, I remember one